You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry, ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is our latest Game of Thrones reaction video. And today we are watching season 4, episode 8, The Mountain and the Viper. And of course, as always, joining me for my Game of Thrones reactions, I'm joined by my co-host, Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
Hello. After the end of last week's episode with Littlefinger just pushing lies out that door, I guess it is. Very interested to see where this episode leads us into.
Yes, and for the second time here on our Game of Thrones reactions, Tyler and my co-host for the Daredevil reactions that you all should be watching as well. We have
Yeah.
Hannah. Hey, Hannah.
Hi.
Welcome back. We haven't seen you around these Game of Thrones parts since season 1. Last time you were here, somebody got molten gold poured over their head. It's a good time. It's a good time
Saw
when
Dany
Hannah
eat a
pops
heart.
up. Yeah, we saw Daenerys eating hearts. It's a great time. Good old Hannah stops in for Game of Thrones. Well, speaking of last time, especially since Miss Hannah was not here, we saw Tyrion basically interviewing everyone he can think of for the job of being his champion. We start the episode off with him talking to Jamie, who's like, "Look, bro, I've got a gold right hand and I'm useless with this left hand. So, not really going to be able to help you in a fight, especially because, hey, yo, our sister picked the mountain. So, sorry."
Poor
then,
guy.
then we see Braun come in and he's like, "Look, I am your friend. I hope that you win and I hope that you live, but it's not worth the risk for me. One wrong move and I am dead. I don't really want to fight that behemoth of a man. So good luck." Good old OBERYN came in on his own accord, tells a story of Cersei being terrible to little baby Tyrion right out the crib, and kind of gives him actually a reaffirming speech about not being a monster, not being the monster everyone has told him he is from birth. And then proceeds to say, "Well, I did come to King's Landing for justice, and your sister happened to pick the one person I've wanted to kill the most since I've been in this wretched city. So I will, in fact, be your champion." So, yay, Oberyn! Meanwhile, we also revisited the Mountain, who is now on actor number 3 and looking maybe bigger and more intimidating than ever as his current actor. So,
Yeah,
yay.
it's impressive seeing all of the different mountains over the seasons.
But we also saw the Hound who did a mercy killing and in the process taught Arya where the heart is. And she put that to immediate use and got some guy's name who wronged her in the past and stabbed him right through the heart.
Immediately.
Like Arya's been doing. But in the process, the Hound got bit rather gnarly in the neck, or snapping that man's neck as he threw it down. We also got a nice little heart-to-heart between Arya and the Hound about the Hound's horrible upbringing with that behemoth of a brother he has, the Mountain, and kind of what delivering Arya has done to his life and how it's been terrible. So, good times, good times. Brienne and Podrick ran into special guest Hot Pie for the first time since we left him behind. And he lets them know that he never met Sansa, but he did meet Arya and gave them a nice little wolf loaf to give her. This time it looked much better, though. It looked actually like a wolf. So they're on their way to maybe the Eyrie, maybe not, because Pod was like, hey, maybe they're going to their Aunt Liza's house. So we'll see. And Sir Alistair continued to just be a terrible person, but also now a terrible leader, as he just refuses to listen to Jon Snow because he's petty AF and just wants to embarrass him, thinks he knows better, and doesn't. So there you go there. Daenerys decided she wanted to see what Dario Naharis was working with last episode and said,
You could say that, yeah.
"You say you're so damn skilled with women, so take off your clothes and let's see you put that skill to use, sir." And he happily obliged. Before good old Jorah could get jealous seeing Dario leave her room. Oh, sorry, Jorah. It is what it is.
Jorah, the friend-zoned man.
Forever friend zone Jorah. But she's sending her armies, including Dario, go back to Yunkai initially to just execute all of the slave masters because they have continued to just run amok over there. Jorah says, wait. Let's at least like give people a chance here because I'd be dead if I didn't get a chance. So she says, okay, fine. We'll give them a chance. Either they live in my new world without slavery or they die in their old world. That's their choice. Then we get up in the airy, the big moment of the episode. Sansa slaps little Robin Aaron, woo, after he wrecks her snow sculpture of Winterfell. Before Littlefinger comes over and it's like, oh, in a different world with your mother, you would have been my child. And then proceeds to tell her she's way more beautiful than she ever was and kisses Sansa. And one of the most creepy exchanges thus far. Ugh. But Lysa Arryn sees this kiss and grabs Sansa, threatens to throw her out that moon door, yelling and screaming at her. For Littlefinger finagles his way in, says, oh, let her go, be nice. I've only ever loved one woman in my life, and it was your sister. And shoves Lysa Arryn out the moon door to her death.
That was cold-blooded. Like, even for Littlefinger, that was cold-blooded.
So now the Lady of the Vale is gone, and I guess we'll see where that leaves Sansa. So let's get into episode 8. Oh, Moat Cailin.
That looks like a nice place.
Have we seen Moat Cailin before? I don't think so.
I don't think so, because I don't know what the hell that is. This is quite a rowdy place.
You listen to me. Shut your mouth.
Oh no, not the wildling. He's like one of the few that I recognize.
Should recognize that one there.
Oh yeah, that's also one.
The two redheads.
Yeah, Ygritte and Tormund. Well, so I see things are going quite well in here.
Can you imagine being drunk as hell and seeing this like happen?
I'd be traumatized.
Yeah, we can
that
kill
went
her.
well.
That's cool. Kill her.
I'll allow that one.
Oh. Ygritte has really been going ham since that breakup, huh?
Yeah, she's taken it quite well, it seems.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Good Ygritte.
I should never have left her there.
Oh, yes.
Well, now he's regretting things, I guess.
This is like the most screen time little Pip and Gren have gotten since like season 1.
Yeah, like they're actually getting like full-fledged like conversations and everything. That must mean they're probably gonna die.
He just looks so innocent too, peeking his head out there.
No, now he's just creeping.
Well,
Oh.
not so innocent.
That was short-lived.
You've been caught. I guess. Oh, it's too late now. I guess that's kind of sweet, seeing Daenerys braid her hair.
Interested. None of the Unsullied care what's under our clothes. He was interested. What? The pillar and the stones. Haven't you ever wondered?
Just wondering now.
Oh, Daenerys is hyping him up. Good for her. The romance begins.
If the masters never cut me, I never meet Miss Sunday from the island of North.
So Grey Worm learning some romantic words.
Yeah, he's spitting game.
She's so pretty, I can't. How romantic.
I love them.
Good for
They're
them.
just like two sweet little innocent people.
True.
Oh,
Unfortunately, they're not very bright.
There's not a thought behind those eyes.
Head empty, no thoughts.
Honestly, that was the look that he was giving.
And what are you really?
It seems like a nice place.
Welcome to Mount Piglin.
That's a loaded question.
And he will be just and fair with you as he has been with me.
I don't
know if we want that.
I feel like we
Doesn't
skipped a
sound
few
like-
chapters.
Doesn't sound like a very good plan to me.
A whip dog would speak this way.
Oh, it's cracking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the insult that sent him.
Where in hell are you muttering?
Oh my.
Oh,
He really just said, screw what he wants. we're going home.
oh.
You didn't really think I'd let them go, did you?
And there's the sigil of their house.
Theon, what a evolution.
Really poor Theon.
Your great grandfather from Bravo.
Oh God.
Suppose all of our ancestors came from somewhere else.
Been licking Tywin Lannister's boots so long, it's a wonder your tongue's not back. And when John Arryn named you Master of Coin, no. But when I
The
heard
library
you
is open.
This is no longer a trial, it is a reading session.
Spill the beans.
What was Sansa say?
You are nothing.
Baelish left the room.
My lady.
I wasn't asking you.
Speak up, girl, you're not a damn kitchen mouse. Tell us what you saw.
Sorry, Lord Baelish.
Who?
I have to tell the truth.
Yes, do it.
I'll tell you everything. It's Sansa Stark, eldest daughter of Lord Eddard Stark.
Mhm.
Since my father was executed, I have been a hostage in King's Landing. A plaything for Joffrey to torture or Queen Cersei to torment. He saved me.
Oh?
Smuggled me away when he had the chance.
This is why I just can't with Sansa.
He knew I'd be safe here in Eyrie. Kiss me.
It is Sansa.
It was a peck on the cheek.
Oh my.
Nothing more. I was so happy to be here, to be free.
I like where this is going.
Because of him. She stepped through those doors and she was...
Sansa's gotten to be a better liar over the years.
An actress.
Boo. Boo.
Sick, man. Sick. And you're just as sick, Sansa.
Oh man, I'm disappointed in her.
A royal pardon. Signed by Robert Baratheon. Who gave you this?
Secrets are being revealed.
Look how drama dredged up from season 1.
Yeah.
Look at her, wow. Just women.
You told them I was carrying Drago's child? Yes or no? Don't call me that. Did you tell them I was carrying Drago's child?
Man, we're full on attacking employee number 1.
You betrayed me. From the first.
Please, Khaleesi.
You sold my secrets to the man who killed
How are you
my
gonna beg for
father.
forgiveness and then call her a name that she just asked you not to call her?
Jorah's about to meet some dragon fire real soon.
Please.
Don't ever presume to touch me again or speak my name. You have until dusk to collect your things and leave this city. If you found your head thrown into Slaver's Bay.
Ooh. Well, sorry, Jorah, you've been voted off the island.
Well, she didn't kill you.
She did what she needed to do.
Jorah was a good man.
Tywin said, if I can't get to her by force, I'm gonna sneak in with this little letter here.
Could have just said it was forged.
It's too honorable.
I guess.
Barristan would have never allowed it.
Jorah.
Friend zone. The friend zone just got a lot
Where
bigger.
will he?
You got
Where
a
will
lot
he
more
go
zone
now?
to range, homie.
Yeah. Where will he go now?
Has there been any word from Locke?
No.
Fuck, it's dead.
Unimportant. Cripple. You are Ramsay Bolton, son of Roose Bolton, Warden of the North.
Ramsay's been legitimized now.
Yay! Actually,
You honor me.
not really, because he's a terrible person. But
And your tradition.
so he's now he's real.
Now
He
he's
is
real.
black.
You're a real boy now, Ramsay.
He didn't exist before. I hate seeing him happy.
Yeah,
I only wish him pain and more pain.
me too. At this point,
Why they gotta play the Stark theme as like Bolton's ride into Winterfell?
oh come on.
First time I saw you, you were just a child.
Well, there we
That
go.
makes it worse.
That's your starting line. That's what you open with.
They would have thrown you through the moon door if they found you guilty.
Yes, that's what we want.
We're begging for.
Do you think you know me?
I know what you want.
You just be playing dangerous games.
Yeah.
And act surprised when blows up in her face.
Sad because you didn't get to kill Joffrey
Yes,
yourself.
she is.
I would be too.
I've been able to watch. I wanted to see the look in his eyes when he knew it was over.
Nothing at all
Damn.
makes that look.
Tell us how you really feel.
Poison's a woman's weapon. Men kill with steel.
That's your stupid pride talking. It's why you'll never be a great killer.
Arya disagrees.
The kicking bone if I had to.
Right.
Would like a word.
Good money to see that.
As long as he's dead, I don't give a damn.
Lady Arryn died.
He's like, son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Jeez.
I mean, I guess what's there left to do? Every time Arya's like right by her family, they die.
Can't catch a break.
Your family is still in there though, Arya. Your sister is still inside.
Hmm.
Oop, something with the glow up.
Oh yeah, literally. She looks evil.
Lady of the dark realness.
It looks like she's ready to be
Playing
like
with
the
people
next.
right now.
Looks like she's ready to be like the next Melisandre.
Well, I mean, it does look like a Melisandre style outfit. I'll give you that.
Is Tyrion ever not tied up?
No.
Never seen him fight. Oh, he's going to die. I'm going to die. I read the histories of Targaryen conquest. Did I hear?
I can't imagine like getting Peter Dinklage's like script and just like not being overwhelmed.
You know, these monologues.
Oh no! Oh no!
You could at least wear a helmet.
You learned this during your years in the fighting pits. Always drink before a fight.
It could get you killed. It could get me killed.
You're going to fight that?
I'm going to kill you.
Jesus. Even she's like, what the hell?
He's the biggest man I've ever seen.
Size does not matter when you're flat on your back.
Thank the gods.
I love how seriously bored.
He said, I'm sick of this. Shut this man up, please.
Yeah, get this over with.
Oh.
He's got the moves.
It's nothing. He's a showman.
All right.
Is it really that serious?
Gotta get the crowd on his side.
Now let's see him do that in the battle.
Have they told you who I am?
Some dead man.
Oh, a man of few words.
For you?
Oop.
Ooh.
Say it now and we can make this quick.
Yeah, get revenge.
Oh.
Oh,
You killed her children.
starting out strong.
Oh.
You killed her children.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Oh.
Mm.
The dangers of spears. Nope.
What will you do?
You can flip, I guess. Just flip right on over that sword.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. I mean, go OBERYN still, but like, ooh.
You killed her children.
Ooh. Yeah. Screw the mountain.
Oh, you can't die yet. You haven't confessed.
Come on, don't tempt it.
You raped her. You murdered her. You killed her
You're
children.
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, oh my god, I won.
Say it.
Oh, actually, no.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god, the teeth.
Jesus Christ.
Ah.
I killed her children. Then I raped her.
Oh.
Then I smashed her head in like this.
Oh. Oh.
Cersei, you sick bitch.
Honestly.
You're hereby sentenced to death.
Oh no. Fucking Pedro.
Oh.
Oh my god.
It was going well.
Yeah. I mean, he probably would have just won
I mean,
if he had
that's what
not.
he gets for being a showman.
I guess. Huh?
Won until he didn't.
Oh well.
Well, that was the mountain and the viper. Yay! Obviously, we'll get back to that end moment here momentarily. But let's go ahead and talk about some of this other stuff. First up, at the wall, we see Gilly and her little whorehouse that she's been taken to. Attacked by Tormund, Ygritte, Styr, and the rest of the wildlings. They kill pretty much everyone there. But thank goodness, Ygritte was the one who found Gilly and decided not to kill her.
Yeah.
Yay! Her and her baby live to see another day. But Samwell's like distraught, thinking she's dead. While John, Pip, Gran, Ed all start to plan because they realize the wildlings are not very far from them. So, how'd you feel about all that wall business and wildling action, Tyler?
It was interesting, I suppose. Nice to see Gilly, I guess, appear again. Not the most interesting, I guess, character of the bunch, but at least she's getting to do things. I guess poor Sam, he thinks that she's dead, and he kind of feels responsible. So I guess I feel bad in that regard. It's not looking too good for them up at the wall because they're next. It seems like so they might want to prepare for that.
Hannah, your thoughts on that little storyline up there?
I mean, yeah, I agree with Tyler. It's not like the most interesting, but it's happening.
Well, then we saw Reek, aka Theon Greyjoy, go and convince his fellow Ironborn to surrender their hold on Moat Cailin, and the one guy doesn't want to and gets himself killed, and then the rest decide that they will surrender and also get themselves killed, literally flayed gruesomely. For doing this, for getting Roose Bolton, Moat Cailin, and his ability to travel up to Winterfell, Roose has declared Ramsay as an official Bolton. So he's no longer a bastard of the North. John, you're still a Snow, but Ramsay is now a true-born Bolton.
Yeah. Woohoo.
How'd you feel about the whole Reek and Ramsay situation, Hannah?
Just like I said, I only wish him pain and suffering. This is very much not pleasing to me.
Think him get what he wants in life. Just no.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yeah, I basically agree. I mean, I don't like Ramsay, and it's disappointing, I guess, to see Theon/Reek. At least it seemed like for a moment there he was kind of trying to be the normal person. Obviously, he was acting, but the facade wore off very quickly once he was being pressured So I don't know. Maybe he's just forever like stuck in this sort of place, if you will. Hopefully, maybe one day he can. I don't know. Do they have therapy in Game of Thrones? I don't know what. I don't know
Get
what
this
he means.
man a therapist.
Yeah, because he's got a lot of long-lasting damage emotionally and physically
So,
and
a lot
psychologically.
of therapy. A
But
lot.
yeah, I don't like seeing Ramsey be happy. So hopefully that ends soon.
Well, then we see Grey Worm looking, giving eyes to Missandei. More eyes. We've gotten lots of like looking at other naked characters over the past couple of episodes. We had Daenerys checking out Dario. We had Selyse checking out Melisandre. Now we have Grey Worm checking out Missandei. But she don't seem mad about it. So
No.
get that little cute moment, their little cute bonding moment. But all of this is before Tywin and Varys' plan to disrupt Daenerys' power is put into play, and Sir Barristan gets the pardon that Robert Baratheon had written for Jorah in season 1 for spying on her, and they bring Jorah to confess to Daenerys, and he confesses his early treason, though he has not been spying on her since that poisoning, and he decided he would truly be by her side. Learning of this betrayal, obviously, was not pleasing to Daenerys, but she didn't kill him, just told him to get out of her city before she throws his head into Slaver's Bay. Jorah has been exiled from Daenerys' court. How'd you feel about all of that, Tyler?
I guess it's disappointing that Jorah kind of got exiled. He got kicked out of the group since he was pretty loyal. You know, obviously he wasn't in the very beginning, but he did change his ways. But I guess, at least for now, it's not looking too good for him. You know, Daenerys had to do what she had to do, I guess. You know, she voted him off the island for the greater good of her people. So I guess it's kind of cute that Missandei and Grey Worm are having their little moments. At least they seem smitten with each other, at least for now. It'll be interesting to see how long that develops, if it develops into anything.
All right, and Hannah.
Missandei and Grey Worm are like the cutest. It's like actually one of like the points in the show where like it's just okay. Like nothing like bad is like
one of the few like little romantic subplots we can actually support.
Yeah, that's not like awful. And then
Sure.
Daenerys did what she needed to do. I mean,
no sympathy for Jorah from Hannah.
I mean, I guess so in a way, but also at the same time, like you were spying on her, like from the beginning, point blank. But then he was like, okay, but then it still happened.
He did have years.
She did what she needed to do.
He did have years to tell her also of this. And maybe it would have eased the blow if he'd been like, hey, so I'd been working for them, but I've turned on them for you. And instead of just getting this pardon years later.
This is the thing. He got caught. He could have told her, but he got caught instead, and it made him look more guilty.
After everything they've been through.
Don't you wish you could have seen Dario's face, Tyler?
Yeah, probably.
as Jorah got exiled.
I guess I'm intrigued to see where he ends up going now, since he's kind of just roaming the land, I guess.
The broken
somewhere
heart through the desert.
Yeah. I don't mean where does he go from here? Like what is all I know of him is him and Daenerys. Like what is he what is he gonna do now?
What other life do you have, Jorah?
Daenerys is his whole life.
Well, then up at the Eyrie, we see Littlefinger on trial for the death of Lysa Arryn. And they bring in Sansa, who admits who she is and lies to save Littlefinger's life because, as she says later, knows him and knows what to expect with him and not the other people up there. Quite the naive perspective to have with Littlefinger, but you do you, girl, if you think you know him so well. Littlefinger, now alive still, decides it's time to roughen up little Robin Arryn and show him the world. He's been sucking his mom's teat for 10 years. It's time to get out of this castle and become a lord of the Vale. And Arya and the Hound arrive at the gates of the Vale for the Hound to sell her to Lysa when they're informed she has in fact died, which, what you gonna do? Everywhere Arya goes, she's there right before her family and they die as soon as she arrives. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, there's not very many people to take her to now at this point.
So who knows where the Hound and Arya are now headed to, with pretty much no family left for him to try to sell her off to.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. They're gonna have to stick together.
So how'd you feel about everything up at the Vale, Hannah?
I mean, this is why
fair.
I don't fuck with Sansa. I can't.
You just can't with her, period.
I can't.
Even new Dark Sansa, the new, like, she's kind of like a Pokemon.
She looks
I feel
great.
like she just evolved into her new dark form.
She looks amazing, but like, her as a whole, I never a fan, will never be a fan. Sorry.
All right, Tyler, how did you feel about everything up there?
I mean, I guess I was a little disappointed, I guess, in the way that Sansa went about her business, aligning with Littlefinger of all people. I don't know. I feel like even the random people are probably, you're probably in better hands than you would be with Littlefinger. If you just watched him push your aunt out of a giant door. I don't know. Between that and then the creepy comments all the time. And I don't know. I feel like I'd want to get away from that person, but that's just me. Yeah, now she's like Dark Sansa. So I guess we'll see. we'll see where that goes. I feel, I guess, even though I don't like the kid, I guess I feel bad for the kid because now he's being groomed by Littlefinger. It was like
real food now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one positive. I guess maybe for his development.
He'll actually be fed human food.
Yeah,
adult human food.
Yeah, I guess it'll also be intriguing, I guess, to see where the Hound and Arya end up at this point, since there seems like everywhere they go, it just ends in someone dying before they can actually sell her, or all that stuff.
So do you think it would be better if her and the Hound had still gone in there and seen Sansa, or it's better that she just turned around and they both left?
I don't know. I mean, I doubt, it's not like Sansa has the funds to give to the Hound, because that's kind of like what the Hound wants, right? He wants payment, and you can have Arya now, give me money and I'll be on my way. Maybe Littlefinger would pay. I don't know. I feel like Arya probably would just kill him, so I don't know.
So maybe you wish Arya was up there.
Maybe
to kill Littlefinger.
Yeah, I mean, Arya would be I'm down with Arya to do that. That she's that kind of woman.
I mean, we know from season 1, right from the get-go with Joffrey, she would not put up with Robin Aaron shit. So
yeah,
he would have to
action.
He would have to buck up real quick. Arya,
yeah, she's about that. She's
catch
about
them
that
hands.
action.
Maybe even catch that sword. We don't know.
Exactly. I mean, that would be interesting. That would be interesting to me to see them interact and how bad that would probably go.
Well, then our final storyline obviously was Tyrion giving us this story, just kind of talking with Jaime about their cousin and Beatles.
A lovely final story.
As they await his trial by combat, we see that OBERYN is very confident. Don't really talk about it all that much, but even if he hadn't gotten the mountain right here, the Viper, as he's known, is infamous for poisoning his blades. So the mountain was poisoned, period, once he got sliced and diced with those blades.
I guess that makes sense.
He was dying one way or another. That's what they're known for over there in Dorne, his family.
So I guess that's fitting, because he just had that conversation with the Hound talking about poison's a woman's weapon, and then here he is using poison, and he's a man.
But even without that, I mean, he pretty much got the best of the mountain, too fast for him, and took him down. But in his quest for revenge, he needed the mountain to confess, and he needed the mountain to say who did it, who gave him the order, because that's really the only way he was going to be able to do anything with Tywin Lannister. Maybe he should have yelled at him from a couple of feet back as he waited for
distance.
The mountain to confess, because he got his legs swiped out from under him, his teeth literally punched out of his mouth. And yeah, the mountain said, I'll go ahead and confess for you, as he gouged Prince Oberyn's eyes out and proceeded to literally smash his head in. Very gruesomely. While Cersei smirked on, very happy with herself as she got her wish.
Sick.
Yeah.
as Tyrion was sentenced to death. So, how did you feel about all that, Hannah?
I genuinely think that's like the most gruesome death on Game of Thrones. And there's like a lot of like nasty deaths, but like that one is like forever going to be the one that like sticks out to me where I'm like, I absolutely not.
They show it. They don't cut away
don't cut
at
away.
all. They keep on.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Particularly the first time you saw it, Hannah. Were you shook? Were you shook when OBERYN got taken down and his head squished?
Yeah, I genuinely remember sitting there and like wanting to be sick because it was so disgusting, and also I love Pedro Pascal. So.
We love Tyrion. That's what's like horrible about it. Over the season, we've come to love OBERYN. Like he's become like one of the best characters this season, and we love Tyrion. And in that one death, we basically are like, oh shit, two of our favorite characters about to die. No.
Yeah.
Tyler, your thoughts on that whole trial by combat situation?
I mean, what's the saying? Like they had us in the first half.
Truly.
Everything was going great. I was hyped, excited. He was doing his theatrical, whatever you want to call it, with his weapons, and he was taking down the mountain, and he basically won, and then he just got overconfident, and he paid the price. His head blew up. So yeah, I mean that's basically what it looked like to me. It looked like with the motion and all that, and the blood spray, it looked like his face like exploded. Yeah, that's definitely a traumatizing death, I would say. I'm disappointed because I didn't like that at all. So, especially because he was such a great character, like he had already mentioned, and I love Pedro Pascal.
We needed more than 8 episodes with him.
I know.
Yeah, but and it's not looking good for Tyrion either. So
that's a great segue into predictions. Then we'll start right there. Predictions for Tyrion.
Can he get like a redo? Can, he get like
can we call in a second champion?
He needs another chance.
Yeah. Can it be like a draw because like he's just what's his face is laying there probably like being poisoned and dying like
he's dying too. He looks pretty damn dead at the end too, just like there.
What does that mean? Does that count? Is that a law? Is it whoever literally dies first, or if they die at the separate? If they both die, is it how does the rules work? Like
I think they should go trial by combat now. It should just be Tyrion v. Cersei in the ring. That should be the draw match.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I hope he doesn't die. That'd be very upsetting to me since he's one of my favorite characters. But Game of Thrones seems to have made a mission to upset me for many years, or seasons, I should say. So I don't know. They just killed off a character I really loved, and I've learned to not love people in this show because they usually die. So,
I mean, what has James Gunn been saying about the Suicide Squad? Don't get too attached.
Exactly. That's how it feels. The show
has not been scared to kill off your favorite main characters. So
yeah.
Well, then we also have Daenerys now without Jorah. Jorah wandering somewhere. We have Arya going somewhere with the Hound. Sansa in Littlefinger's game, and we have the Wildlings on the march to Castle Black and the Wall. So any predictions on those storylines?
As far as like the last one, I guess that's like the one that has like the most like easily predictable kind of things, because everything else is kind of just very broad strokes. Like we don't really know where they're going. I imagine it's going to be a very big battle, just because it's a very big gruesome battle. I imagine there'll probably be some sort of interesting reunion between Jon and Ygritte, because they're of course going to be in the same place. I imagine that's probably going to make for some awkward conversations.
They finally make up what you predicted would happen, them two making up at some point.
I mean, I don't know at this point. She seems pretty pissed. I don't know if they want to make up.
She's just been going on a murder spree.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not the best to reunite at this point. But yeah, I guess that makes sense to just have a big battle, because I feel like that's kind of what they've been leading up to at this point. And also, was it episode 9? Isn't episode 9 usually something ridiculous happens in this show?
Yeah.
Like I've learned now, season 4, like something ridiculous happens in episode 9 instead of the finale.
To be honest, again, the first time I watched the show with those episode 9s, I was shocked that OBERYN battle, this episode did not happen in episode
Right.
9. It happened an episode early. It struck us quick. We're ready. It was like, whoa. This episode early, Game of Thrones. What's going on? But
I kind of forgot it was episode 8 and that it didn't happen like in the finale or 9.
Didn't even give Oberyn a whole season.
Didn't even give him a whole damn season.
Like, you could have killed him in the finale.
Disrespect to
No.
Pedro Pascal.
Like, we couldn't let him at least last to the finale.
Wanna know what's sick though? Hold on, wait. Wanna know what's sick? It's gonna be a trend with him and HBO because he ain't making it to season 2.
Stop.
Of Last of
Anna,
Us.
I'll kill you.
He'll be in the
Anna.
beginning. He'll be in the beginning of the next season.
Lord.
He'll be in
Look
like the
at
first 2
you.
episodes.
Well, Hannah, who were your fave characters and least fave characters in this episode?
I mean, I guess my favorite's gonna have to be Oberyn because I mean, just give him his time to shine because we
Give him
all
his
loved
flowers.
him.
Last time we can shout him out.
Yeah.
Gone too soon.
Literally.
And then Sansa.
She's
She's
the
my
worst.
least favorite all the time.
Not even the mountain,
just,
it's Sans.
Yeah, not the guy that blew up
It's
his
like-
head.
Littlefinger is self-aware, and Sansa lacks that, so that's why she's worse.
Because at least
I-
you know, like, you're
Yeah.
watching. You always got your eyes on Littlefinger, but it's like, Sansa, girl.
Yeah.
Catch on to his games, girl. He literally kissed you last episode.
Really, yeah.
All right, Tyler, who were your faves and least faves this episode?
Well, kind of like Hannah said, Oberyn's definitely one of my faves. R.I.P. now, I guess. May Pedro Pascal forever be on to greater and better things as the amazing single dad that he is, and everything else from here on out.
He's just
Tyrion,
a bisexual king in this.
Yeah.
he really was. But Tyrion was great.
Bisexual prince.
Or
Either
Ilaria
one.
just traumatized watching her lover's head get smashed in.
Yeah, and she was. I didn't even say it in the reaction, but she was rocking those power shoulders
Yeah.
on that dress.
I have to say
But-
that's one of like a top tier scream too. That like
Oh my God, yeah.
that like scream she gets.
I'd understand if that was me watching Pedro Pascal get his face blew up.
Not even your
yeah.
lover, just Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. Still like the Hound and Arya, even if they didn't really have a lot of screen time in this one.
Their one
trying to
scene
think.
was very entertaining.
That's what I mean. Like they somehow managed to make every scene that they're in entertaining.
You have to love Arya, who's just like, I can do nothing but laugh.
Arya is
Like-
literally the audience. Like that's
feels
her
like it.
character.
I mean, that's exactly what she did this episode. She's dead. Like, okay. Looks at the Hound and laughs at him too.
Yeah, he just the look he gave was just like a surreal disbelief.
He was
so-
pissed, and she's laughing in his face.
As far as least faves, I feel like I have to give it to the Mountain. He killed Pedro Pascal, and I'm not very happy about that. And I never will be from now on. Other than that, I mean, Littlefinger definitely is up there. I hate Littlefinger. I guess the wildlings weren't all that great this episode. They kind of just went on a murder spree as a whole, collective. Yeah, I mean, Cersei didn't really like say anything, but her just presence warrants an
Her just-
inclusion.
Her just sitting up there being a sick bitch.
That's what I mean. Like, she didn't say anything, but her
That's
just
why I have to
being
stay.
there. So,
Smirking at
honestly.
Tyrion as he's sentenced to death.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I guess that kind of covers all of them that I can think of as far as people I wasn't a big fan of this episode. I feel bad that Jorah is just awful on his own now. Daenerys did the right thing in her mind, and I agree with it to an extent.
No, not in her mind. She did the right thing.
He'll come back maybe.
It's good that she didn't burn him or chop his head off. That's
I was curious.
She did him a favor. I mean, you could be a little scared. It was a little like, oh shit, she gonna kill him. No, at least she let him walk out
It
of there
seemed
with
like
his
that.
life.
Because she was very angry,
She was
and
very
I was thinking like, Jorah, you in danger?
She
I
wouldn't
need
even
to
look in
leave.
the eye.
And there wasn't even
know.
like dragons or anything. So we've had the moments where she's like pulled off her big stunts. This is probably the scariest Daenerys has ever been. Is this moment with Jorah? It's like, oh
Right.
shit. Okay, girl. I'm scared too. But all right. Well, that was season 4, episode 8, The Mountain and the Viper. The Viper. I hope you all enjoyed our reaction and discussion on the episode. If you did, go ahead, click that like button down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos, including each and every one of our Game of Thrones reactions, and you can catch us three all reacting to Daredevil as well. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us once again. Do you want to let everyone know where to find you?
At Rejected Hannah on Twitter.
Perfect. And Tyler?
Well, obviously, as you already said, you can find me also on the channel reacting to Daredevil episodes. That's been fun as well. Less traumatizing than Game of Thrones, I will say.
Gruesome,
But,
in some ways a little bit similar, we found out, but a little less so.
Yeah, I would say. Netflix, at least with the Daredevil show, they haven't gone too crazy like Game of Thrones.
We haven't had Foggy get his head smashed in to this point. So
I mean, I know that's what you're hoping for. So. But you can find me on my channel as well if you search up my name, and you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram, and it's Tyler Calvert.
And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at ChillyBoyYT and Instagram at ChillyBoy Productions. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.